Hey, what up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Future Figuarts. This is episode 10. So it's about time we've covered this dude. I mean, he's in the very first episode of Dragon Ball Z for Kai's sake, and was the reason Goku ended up learning Kaioken, and Vegeta even came to Earth in the first place. And you know what? Arguably, if it wasn't for Raditz and Dr. Gero still created Cell, albeit a much weaker Cell, who knows if the Z Fighters, or even what remained of them, would be able to stop him in the first place. And with that, who even knows if Majin Buu could be resurrected at that point, because if things went Cell's way, there'd be a very small population of humans left on the Earth, if any. Hardly enough to revive Buu. Anyway, back to the man of the hour, or the next few minutes anyways, Raditz, the OG Dragon Ball Z antagonist. Does anyone actually like radishes? I know what you're thinking, just take Nappa and slap some Super Saiyan 3 hair on him, right? Instant Raditz. As weird and hilarious as that would be, the first problem is that Raditz is shorter than Nappa. Raditz is sort of like the middleman between Vegeta and Nappa. No, I mean like literally, he's in between their height. Now compared to Goku, based on this shot here, Goku looks to be at the height of Raditz's collarbone or his neck. Now another guy that we can reference who's taller than Goku and still fought Raditz is Piccolo. And based on this shot, while I know they're not side by side, I'd say Raditz is roughly around Piccolo's height. So let's talk about what is probably Raditz's most defining feature, and that's his hair. I mean, if you were ever looking for a dude that was a cross between an upside down pine tree and Vegeta's hairline, look no further. But seriously, the one big difference I could see Raditz's hair having in figure form over Super Saiyan 3 Goku is that his hair is much longer and wider in total, and needless to say, it's black. I could see Raditz's hair sculpt having more resemblance to the third-party Super Saiyan 3 Broly hair sculpt in terms of its volume and size. And the paint job for this would be real easy. Nothing fancy, just black. It doesn't get easier than that, folks. Being Goku's brother, much of his face is very similar to his, albeit the what if Goku never hit his head version. And then of course his hairline is very similar to Vegeta's. It'd be interesting to see how Tamashii would execute this, but I mean at the end of the day, it wouldn't be a hard face not to mess up. So as I mentioned, he should be shorter than Nappa. As we know by now, scale isn't Figuarts' strongest point, but let's hope for the best here. From there on, it'd be pretty easy to imagine this figure, a scaled down version of Nappa sculpted with slightly smaller legs and arms. I could see Tamashii reusing the colors for his armor even though it wouldn't represent his anime look, as this would actually require a darker shade of brown, but bonus points if they go for accuracy there. Perhaps the biggest details that will be different aside from his gauntlets are the leg and armband that Raditz wears on his left side. For Raditz's faces, I can envision him coming with 4 here, and by now I'm guessing y'all know 2 of these 4 faces without question, the stern and screaming face. For the third face, I think he definitely needs a smirk. I mean, he spends a great deal of time looking like this while describing Goku's Saiyan heritage and scoffing at Goku and Piccolo's power levels, so I really think it's a must. Now for the fourth face, I think it should be this face here. Despite the fact that we don't have a beam cannon effect yet and the awkwardness / hilarity of these poses in figure form without it, I think this face is a must. It's a significant point in the anime marking Goku's first, albeit not his last death, and probably what most people who skim the beginning of Z remember the most about Raditz. Okay, so in terms of accessories, the first one I think would make a major impact on the fan base is a Kid Gohan minifigure. Now given that this is Uncle Raditz, a crying Kid Gohan like the one seen here would probably make the most sense. Whether or not this would be frowned upon by Tamashii is uncertain, but I mean they gave us Chiaotzu in a pose where he's pretty much about to blow himself up, so I don't see how a crying kid is any darker than that. I think it goes without saying that he needs to come with a scouter and it should be green. If it's not, and it's purple, I don't know what to tell you. Now Raditz should also come with an unrivaled tail. I mean, this is a no-brainer because like I said, I think this is a moment where people think back to with Raditz a lot. Or at least rotating your controller's analog sticks wildly. Let me know if you catch that Budokai reference. But yeah, any tail in its extended form would work so long as Goku can grab onto it. Now the last accessory that I don't expect him to come with, but would be cool, is one of his attacks. Like, I don't know, Double Sundae? I mean, Carmel, what the fudge would you be thinking not to choose this attack for Raditz? I mean, if it was Strawberry else, then maybe a generic Ki Blast would work. But I think for Raditz, Double Sundae is where it's at. I'd imagine it'd be like the Kamehameha effect that came with Cell, but smaller and skinnier, and obviously 2 of them. I'm not sure if that sounds right. So Raditz. There's already a Figuarts Zero of him, and I'm hoping it's only a matter of time till we see the last villain from the Saiyan Saga pop up in Figuarts form. I think it'd make for a very nice figure, and it looked dope beside Nappa and Vegeta. And you know who else he looked cool beside? A 2.0 Piccolo. If you haven't already, check out the discussion video I did a while back here. So Raditz, would you pick him up? I would, no question, unless he looked like this. He's one of the characters I wish they brought back at some point. It's too bad we never really get to flesh out the relationship between him and Bardock, or even him and Goku a bit more, aside from Dragon Ball Zero. Alright guys, that's all I got for you today. You know what I always say, hope the best of your todays are the worst of your tomorrows. Peace.